Hello and welcome to the All Around Natural Beauty IN channel, where I'm passionate about helping victims of all ages and all genders overcome the fear of facing the abuse. Overcome the fear of facing the abuse to become survivors. And over here, we do not do moments of silence. We do moments of speaking, where we speak out the names of victims, we speak out the names of survivors to become survivors. We speak out the names of abusers also. We're speaking out the names. Over here, like I said, no more moments of silence. And I'm so grateful that we're here tonight because we have been building our platform over here under the umbrella of Justice4Shanquella Robinson, because we believe that by getting justice for, uniting, joining together to seek justice for Shanquella Robinson, we'll be able to get leverage that to get justice for past victims and to decrease significantly future victims. Like I said, over here, we're for victims of all ages and all genders. And right now, we have been victims. We have been victimized. As y'all can see, we're going to be talking about the Carlee Russell incident and how this thing kind of ties into abuse that people been giving out to society for a very long time. What's up, Janet? Let me get over here to my little comment section. I think that's my cat trying to get up here. You need to come around to the other door, kitty. Come around. Anyway, so I'm just excited because to be here. Like, for those of you who don't know me, I am a proud Janet. Here we go. What's up, Janet? Janet says, hi, Arian. For those of you who don't know me, I'm a proud Gen Xer. I'm 52 years old, proud Gen Xer. And let me let this cat. No, the cat need to go around. Go around the other door, cat. I'm cat sitting for my my daughter here. A proud Gen Xer and a proud mother of 3 adult children. And since I'm the grandmother of this little cat here, I'm cat sitting for my daughter. Anyway, so I have 2 XY chromosomes and 1 XX, and the XX is who I'm cat sitting for right now. And the cat is, you know how cats are. Cats gonna make their own little space. They are they're gonna do their thing. So proud Gen Xer, and the good thing about being a Gen Xer is that we was here before the internet, so it's extremely difficult to pull the wool over our eyes because, yeah, we Gen Xers, we built tough. We built tough because we are the generation that are believers of reading, writing, and arithmetic. So when things don't add up, you can't fool us. Can't fool us, right? So the good news is that Carlee Russell's attorney put a statement out, saying the whole thing was a whole thing was made up. It was a hoax, and we already knew that back when the thing first came out. We was calling it out. We had already put that out there. So what people are outraged about is because it's like this young entitled woman did this stuff and kind of emotionally hijacked us and caused the country, the police is getting a number on it. They're trying to figure out how much was spent on this whole thing, and folks is wanting for some justice to be done. So when I first thought about it, it brought to mind the back in 2009 when the balloon boy hoax had happened, and the story of this here balloon boy was basically in 2009. There was that's when this reality TV and stuff had just started getting big, and YouTube, all this stuff was out there, but it was not in the mainstream like it is today, where everybody pretty much have a YouTube channel, and social media is so it's there. Like, a lot of people spend a good portion of their days on social media, getting social media lives, getting really off into the social media stuff. And back in 2009, people were doing these stunts to get attention. Attention, was what was happening. So this family, the dad, made up this story about the kid being in this weather balloon and all that good stuff. Anyway, I just wanted to show y'all the similarities and stuff, and to show how ain't nothing new under the sun, right? And that's the good thing about being able to have these things on videos, because you could, just go back and look and see how nothing's changed, how things are still the same. See what Janet said here. Janet says, what got me was they had the nerve to have a party like nothing even happened. That's a sign of no remorse from Carlee and her parents. I agree. And just like in the beginning, when I had told y'all, I was like, look, like these folks is all in on it because there was bad acting. They already had the answers and already knew what the lines were going to be. What the lines were going to be. Yeah, so I agree with you. And I was, first we didn't even get a real apology. We just got a statement read to us. So, a statement was read, So the Balloon Boy hoax, like I said, was in 2009, and these folks was in Fort Collins, Colorado, and the incident involved a homemade helium-fueled gas balloon shaped like a flying saucer. Richard and May Yummy Henney, the parents of a 6-year-old Falcon Henney, reported that their son was trapped in the balloon as it floated away from their home. The news of the incident spread quickly, and live images of the balloon, which reached up to 7,000 feet in altitude and traveled more than 50 miles, were broadcast worldwide. And I remember that because it was on the news, and I was just horrified to think that a kid was in there, like what were the chances of the kid, surviving. Anyway, all that to say was that when it was all said and done, it was revealed that the parents, it was a hoax. And they actually got some jail time. It wasn't a lot, but some jail time was, there. They got, it was a crime, and they got some jail time. So I really believe that, more not a slap on the wrist. Like this thing shouldn't just be like, we oh, sorry, oops, my bad, after all this stuff, and all the extra stuff that they did see. Okay, Janet's saying that she remembers the story. So we're going to get started today. Like I said, I wanted to give a shout out to PM Channel. When we're going to do like a small break when we get in the middle of this to also highlight Shanquella, because like I said, we're building the platform under the umbrella of Justice4Shanquella Robinson. And the reason why we started talking about this Carlee thing is because, when we first heard about it, I remember, I had stopped the live. We was talking about Shanquella, and we looked up this lady, and we, read the stuff and played the videos of what was happening there. And, we were all emotionally hijacked because prayers going out, just all this stuff. People feeling fearful. I wanted to do a public service announcement about safety and all this stuff. And then when we started to see, like pretty much the very next day, we saw, some of the, discrepancy just by watching the video of the, where the car pulled up to, we already saw that we didn't know it was 600 feet, but we said it was far, right? She kept driving for a ways. We put all these little bits and pieces together and all that stuff. So, all right, so we're going to start with what happened on, I guess this was the 25th, when the video, them saying that she made up the whole thing. So we're going to share that and break it down and all that good stuff. I'm just excited because we already knew about it. Is this it? Yeah. Tap to- All right. 1 minute. Ooh, okay, we're going to be in a second there. To share.
Guide your child's learning.
All right.
Unlock the joy of intentional play.
Let's get you now to that breaking news we told you about just a couple of minutes ago. That missing Alabama woman who came back home, Carlee Russell. Turns out her lawyer says she was never kidnapped and she never saw any toddler on the side of the highway. Blaine Alexander joins us now. And Blaine, this puts to rest, I think, a mystery that we've been talking about for something like a week after the alleged kidnapping of Carlee Russell. She was missing for about 48 hours, said she saw a toddler on the highway, told police she'd been abducted. Turns out it was all made up. Is that what happened?
That sounds like that's exactly what happened, Hallie. This really is a stunning ending to a case that in so many ways has captivated this country. So not too long ago, police there in Hoover, Alabama, gave an update. They read a statement from an attorney on behalf of Carlee Russell and essentially said point blank, there was no kidnapping. I want to read you a couple of the top lines from this. There was no kidnapping. She says she never saw a baby on the side of the road. She didn't leave the Hoover area. She says she did not have any help in this incident. I think that's something that's important to point out, that this was a...
So they're trying to let her be the scapegoat, all this stuff, right? Didn't have any help. But, if we play back those videos, you can see that somebody lied, right? We see the holes in the story that, there was probably no brother's girlfriend that was called because they said that the mother was the one calling. So it sounds to me, all the pieces are adding up. Like I said, over here, we do math and science. We're going to do delusional thinking, and then none of those things. We actually take the math and science and add the stuff up, right? So now she's saying, it was just me. Everybody else is innocent.
Single act done alone by herself. She says in the statement that my client was not at a hotel with anyone from the time she was missing, that Carlee apologizes to everyone in the community who searched for her, and then kind of ending by asking for prayers. We ask for your prayers as Carlee addresses these issues, her issues.
All right. So basically it's like, this is an insult. It's pretty much saying, screw y'all. I really don't give a hoot about what all this stuff was done. I'm sorry. I'm going to go have some fun and, enjoy my birthday, right? I'm going to enjoy my birthday. Didn't even have the decency to apologize, to the people for any of this stuff. Send a letter through her attorney, which to me lets me know that they know that there's some trouble, that's there. So I'm believing that's why the police are really taking their time not to quickly do this, so they can make sure that, whatever charges that will be filed will actually stick. Yeah.
Issues and attempts to move forward, understanding that she made a mistake in all of this. So, Hallie, we kind of saw that this could be coming when the police put out their press conference last week, pointing out inconsistency after inconsistency in her story and a number of things that pointed to no kidnapping. But today she's speaking out through an attorney. Now, there are still a number of questions, a chief among them. Where was she during this 49-hour period during which she was missing? We know that that's something that police say they're going to be looking into as well.
Could criminal charges be coming? Was there any allusion to that?
That's a possibility. Police said that everything's on the table. They were asked whether the parents were being investigated. And you'll remember that her parents really gave a strong, compelling interview to our Priscilla Thompson, in which they said after she returned home that they fully believed that she was fighting for her life. So, but police...
Not that they believe, they gave, they were saying that, she was fighting mentally. I'll play the videos back and stuff. That's how we can see that it wasn't a one-woman show. It was not a one-woman show because they collaborated the story. And you could see that they were giving us a dry bologna sandwich from the beginning, right? We pointed out, I spit out the bones from the beginning. All right, that's it on this anyway, I think.
Police say that despite that statement, they're still going to be looking into every possibility and that nothing's off the table.
Like I said,
it's time to switch to Verizon. Sadie did, and
Like
now
I
she has my
said-
plan, the first unlimited plan that lets her choose exactly what goes in it. Now,
like I said, I believe that they gave all of them a shovel to dig a hole for themselves, because when this thing first happened, when we listened to the 911 tape, the police sent the drones out within minutes. Right? So the police had already rooted out. Okay, so like I said, yeah, I got over 30 years of nursing experience, right? And there's just certain things that happen on the job and stuff like that, like in law enforcement, in healthcare, just kind of certain things that happen. Like I'm sure Carlee is not the first person that gave a false police report or abused the 911 system. People do that. There's people out there that do that. So the police look off into the leads. They see that it's nothing there. They had just let it go. They was going to just let it be that she didn't file her little false, missing person thing. Once they saw that she really wasn't missing, boom, it was done. But the family kept insisting that they do more. They kept insisting, right? They were the ones that got on the TikTok. My sister been kidnapped. Pump this out, do all this stuff. So they were the ones that drew all the stuff in. So now the police got to do more, because this darn cat don't come over here being no cat now. Messing up my green screen, beat it. Well, get on out of here. All right, anyways, sorry, y'all. I'm cat sitting. And these cats be getting off of the stuff. Get on out of there. All right, so... All right, get out of there, you cat. All right, so I lost my thing, running around doing his cat stuff. Anyway, it's been like almost 26 years since I've ever even been around a cat. So I'm just watching this cat for my daughter. And now I forgot what I was saying. Let me get some of these questions here, or comments, basically. Janet Jean says, oh, she had help, in my opinion. Oh, I agree with you. Like I said, we can just pop back one of these old videos. You could tell by what moms were saying and stuff. Janet says, maybe the birthday party was the reason she came back home so fast. Yes, to me, she seems like an entitled, little princess type of, something like, entitled, never really been held accountable for anything. Don't respect, don't have respect for people. To be so casual about this and just be like, okay, I'll just let the attorney, tell the people I'm sorry. Now let's go and celebrate my party in Atlanta and just let's live it up, right? Don't even give us the decency to give a real apology. Like, I'm so sorry, y'all. Things got away from me. I wasn't, they should have been come out when the press conference came out then, right? Once they heard that the police, had already sent out the drones, already did their investigation and knew that it was all this stuff was fake, she just came clean. Jen says her mother knew what the truth was when she did that interview with her husband, saying that Carlee was fighting for her life and that the kidnapper was still out there. Yep, she lied also. I agree. Let's go ahead and play that one. Let's see where that's at. Yeah, that's a good one there. Good one. Family statement. Here we go. Right there? Yes. Good one. Good one. Yeah. Thank you so much. Bye. Yeah. Oh, get on over there.
Back home, Carlee Russell. Turns out her lawyer says she was never kidnapped. And she never saw any toddler on the side of the highway. Blaine Alexander joins us now. And Blaine, this puts to rest, I think, a mystery that we've been talking about for something like a week after the alleged kidnapping of Carlee Russell.
Did I have that? I thought this was at the top. Let me see here. My bad. a third. Okay, well, I want the one with the parents so we can show in the body language that, here we go. But it was all stage, bad acting. Bad acting. To think that she fought for her life. I know she's a fighter. She'll be back. Yeah, y'all knew she was coming back because yeah, y'all already knew she wasn't gone. Right? Let's see here. Family. Russell discrepancy mistakes. This is it. I think this ain't it. So, let me see. I was gonna play another one down here from the bottom while I'm see visitors. Okay, yeah. To talk more about this little birthday thing here. We'll do this one here while I try to find. So this here was yesterday, and it says visitors reportedly swarmed Carlee Russell's Alabama home one day after her 26th birthday amid ongoing kidnapping investigations. Look at the little princess. All right. One day after Carlee Russell's 26th birthday, her Alabama home was swarmed by visitors who were seemingly eager to celebrate and catch up with the woman who had recently made headlines for her kidnapping story. Carlee's disappearance on July 13 had caused quite a stir, with her family reported that she had seen the toddler walking along a busy highway before vanishing. However, authorities in Hoover, Alabama revealed that evidence did not support many details of Carlee's account. There was no evidence of a child or any missing child reports, leaving investigators puzzled. After a nationwide search, Carlee eventually returned home on foot and claimed that she had been abducted. Wow. All right. So I think that's something significant here because she made a claim, false claim, by a couple. Surveillance footage later revealed that she had been concealing items from her employer and making internet searches related to abductions and money theft. As the investigation into Carlee's case continues, possible charges against her have not been discussed. All right, so they ain't discussing it. All right, here goes something here. Let's see what this dude's talking about.
It's been a heck of a ride, and that continued today. You all talking about that press conference. We carried it live here on CBS 42 earlier today around 4 o'clock. Now, I want to play a couple of sound bites, pull those from this press conference. First of all, a sound bite from Hoover Police Chief Nick Durzis. He read a statement on Carlee Russell's behalf, released to Chief Durzis, and asked for him to read by Emery Anthony. That is Carlee Russell's attorney. Take a listen to Chief Durzis.
There was no kidnapping on Thursday, July 13th, 2023. My client did not see a baby on the side of the road. My client did not leave the Hoover area when she was identified as the missing person. My client did not have any help in this incident, but this was a single act done by herself. My client was not with anyone or any hotel with anyone from the time she was missing. My client apologizes for her actions to this community.
I'm sorry.
No kidnapping, no baby, and Carlee Russell asking for forgiveness and issuing an apology. So after Chief Durzis read that, I asked him if the contents of this letter and this release from Carlee Russell, if it will have any impact on the investigation. Here again is Hoover Police Chief Nick Durzis.
No, not at all. We'll continue to.
He said no, not at all. Okay, so this is like when you scheduled to get that whooping. You have to bring up them tears. Try your best to bring that water to your eyes, thinking it might stop her from whooping your behind. Wish those days. Let me say, no, not at all.
No, not at all. We'll continue to investigate. We're still trying to determine where she was during those 49 hours. But I am glad that we received this. It at least puts some of the social media super sleuths hopefully at rest for a little bit as far as the conjecture of what everybody thinks took place. We know that by her own admission, it didn't happen. And, we're thankful for that.
So we know where Carlee Russell was not. A question that still remains unanswered is where was Carlee Russell? Tomorrow, Emory Anthony, Carlee Russell's attorney, is scheduled to meet with Hoover Police Chief Nick Durzis. Maybe at that point, we will get some answers.
Was that something that they did? Okay. Let's see here. Janet says, show the interview where the father looks like a bobblehead because he didn't know if he should tell the truth or lie. Yeah, you can totally tell. Yeah, okay, let's do that. The bobblehead one. Let's see here. All right, so I know that had to be up here in the top. All right, that's what's that. It's 911. Oh, here we go. Parents. Parents. Uh-oh. All right. Here we go. Here we go. Let's see. I see this says parents. Here we go.
Her return home. Carlee Russell's parents broke their silence this morning in an exclusive interview with NBC News.
It comes as demands for answers around the mysterious case grow. Carlee's parents maintain that their daughter was kidnapped.
All right, so they maintain, right? They supported the lie, right? That's what I'm saying. All of them need to be held accountable. All of them.
And they say the speculation about the situation is only making things worse.
She's having to deal with the trauma of people just making completely false allegations about her.
How? She made false allegations. Look at this. She's trying to fake sympathy here. Not a tear in this eye. She don't care. She just want to protect her daughter. Her spoiled brat. Listen to this baloney.
She's having to deal with the trauma.
She's having to deal with the trauma of people saying that she's telling the truth.
Of people just making completely false.
We ain't made up nothing. Nothing. We do math and science over here, ma'am.
Allegations about her. There were actually just so many calls and texts from people who maliciously lied to us.
Look at her. She trying to keep a straight face. Yeah. They like, look at now. See, this is so narcissistic too, because now they're trying to play the victim.
I just didn't know people could be so evil.
And so what do y'all? What does that make y'all?
So far, police have not given any indication as to where Carlee was during the hours she was missing. Her parents are urging people to let the investigation play out.
Carlee has given detectives her statement so that they can continue to pursue her abductor.
Do you believe that there's an abductor still out there?
Absolutely.
Yeah, bobblehead. There you go, Jen.
NBC News reached out to the Hoover Police Department to ask if they're looking for an individual involved. Police just said they're following up on all information provided by Carlee.
Her parents say they cannot share any details, but they say there were
Look
moments.
at her, little princess, little special princess. She stole from her job. I mean, just little petty stuff. Look how entitled people are, how entitled people behave. She had showed disrespect to her job by stealing stuff there. Disrespect to the 911. That's what I was trying to say, y'all, that there's, people that fake this kind of stuff, that pretend, right? All the time. Like okay, if I get a patient who may be like a drug seeker or something like that, right? I got a drug seeking patient and they putting the light on, they're asking for pain medicine, right? So you go in there, you give them the speech. On a scale from 1 to 10, and 10 is the worst, what number do you rate your pain, right? The drug seekers they're always going to be a 10. They're always going to be a 10 out of 10, right? And pain is so subjective, right? How can you say if someone's in pain or not? Well, we have ways to be able to tell. You can take vital signs, all kind of things, right? You do those kind of things. So the police did what they do to do the investigation, and they had already ruled out her kidnapping as not real. They would have gotten away with it, but they wanted to be greedy. They wanted to be greedy and get social media attention. That's why they continued the lie. They had to they're doing just like what the Mexican government and the FBI were doing, trying to feed us more lies when we would point out stuff in the Shanquella Robinson case. Then they come back with some new lies. Oh, well, this happened. That's exactly what they did there, because the police wasn't even giving them the time of day once they ruled it out. Let me see. I think that was it for this. Oops. I don't know how that's going. Let's make sure see what's going on.
Since their daughter was fighting for her life, both physically and mentally.
Days after her disappearance and her return home, Carlee Russell's parents broke their silence this morning.
Okay. Like, where is that at? Let's see. Janet says, in my opinion, they now have their lawyer lying for them, but that's what defense attorneys do. Yep, that's true. What's up, JP6? JP says, what's up, everyone? Hello, RM. What's going on? Let's see, Janet says, you jamming with that Stevie Wonder song, I wish. Yes. It was, that's a good thing about us Gen Xers, right? We got a whole big catalog of all kind of stuff. Poor guy. I know. So, yeah. So that's why, to me, when the lawyer's statement is saying that she acted alone in this, it's impossible for her to have acted alone, because 49 hours, where were you? Where were you for 49 hours? Where were you? So, let's see. I wanted to show something too about what happened with these balloon boys. Okay, now let me just highlight this here from our. Let's see here. JP6 says, this type of situation makes it hard for real people that are victims. I agree. And then remember, y'all, when I was showing y'all like the problems, the ramification or the cost when people do this fake stuff. Let's see here. What's up? Experience says, a New Jersey woman was sentenced to 3 years in state prison for faking a story about a homeless person found her wedding ring, and she wanted to reward him and generated 400 plus out of GoFundMe. Wow, Carlee should do time. I agree with you. Yep, I agree with you. And that's what I wanted to wow. Yeah. And that's why I agree, because she shouldn't just be able to say, I'm sorry. She shouldn't be able to say that when other people got sentenced, like I was saying, the balloon boy parents. Let's see here. They actually got a pardon though. Let's see. JP6 says she was in a hotel eating. Yeah. See, JP6, I think lying about a crime should be punished. Yeah, it is. It's punishable. I mean, it's a punishable crime. It is a crime. It's a crime. Let's see here. Where I had to did the research on it about like the cost and Pseudocide. Did the research like this pseudocide thing is a really big deal, and people doing all this fake stuff to just get attention. You know, it's there's a few things that considered like the police and other resources. It was a nationwide search. When a person is reported missing, law enforcement agencies typically deploy significant resources to locate them. This includes detectives, police officers on the ground, search and rescue teams, and even volunteer search parties. All these resources cost money and take time. If a person is faking their disappearance, all these resources are being wasted. Emotional distress, that's the second one. The friends and family of the person who has supposedly gone missing will likely experience considerable emotional distress. This is not only a deeply unkind thing to do to people who care about you, but it can also have long-lasting psychological effects on those individuals, right? Number 3, public attention. Media attention can be drawn to fake disappearance, potentially distracting from real cases of missing persons that need attention and public assistance. That's true. And also, look how much attention it took away from Shanquella Robinson. We was doing really good by staying focused and keeping it hot and all that stuff. And then all of a sudden, this heifer comes in there and fakes this stuff and gets all of this attention and stuff. All of this attention. And not only do we, take away the attention from real people, and they actually got those other people, I think Anaya's parents involved, and I'm going to play a video. That guy was hurt. The dad was hurt by that, doing all that stuff and the person faking. So legal consequences, depending on the jurisdiction, faking one's own disappearance can be against the law, especially if it involves filing false reports with the police, leading to potential legal consequences. So I'm sure filing the false report about the kid, the toddler on the side of the road is one, and then lying about you was kidnapped, gave them description of a witness, the clown with the orange hair and a hole in the back, it was like, the story's unbelievable, all right? And says desensitization. I can never say that. Desensitization. There's also the risk of desensitization if fake disappearance are common. People might not take genuine cases serious, which could delay help for people who really need it. And I think that's what you were saying up there, JP6, a little bit earlier. Janet says she didn't really come out and say I'm sorry. She took the cowardly way out by having her lawyer give a bogus written statement. I agree with you. I agree. Yeah. Yep. So let me see. I'm going to play this from the dad of the, let me see. Okay, how about we do this? Because I hadn't played it. We'll play the let me see, I want to play. Let's see. The Hoover Police, the Facebook one here. See, we can go over this. I think this one is shed some light. We can make some good old comical remarks here. Let's see here. Experience says she committed 3 Class A misdemeanors, and each one is punished by 1 year in jail. So Carlee should get 3 years. Good to know. So this here, I think it's got a bunch of silence on here. Get started at 10. There you go. Yeah. That's good to know. Experience. Yeah. 3 years. Something. Let's see here. Janice says, yes, at RN. If the people, media, and the content creators that all came together for this fake case would all give the same support to Shanquella's case, then we can get justice for.
Good afternoon. I'm Captain Keith Suscaleba with the Hoover Police Department.
All right.
We're here today to provide an update in the Carlee Russell investigation. Chief Nick Durzis will read a prepared statement that will provide an update in this case. After reading the statement, we will have time for a few questions related to the case. Keep in mind, this is still an ongoing investigation, and there are some questions we simply cannot answer at this point.
I think these police, this here is Alabama, right? So we got the good old boys, like I don't see them letting this go. I see them doing their due diligence. They crossing their T's and dotting their I's because, they tried to they were going to let it go. But they created all of this extra drama by demanding, on TikTok and on Instagram, all this stuff, social media, pumping it up and just continuing to put out all these lies and stuff, right? The whole family. Like, look how confident they look. Like,
With that, I'll turn it over to Chief Durzis.
Yeah, there you go.
Good afternoon. Thanks to everyone for attending again today. I want to thank the members of our department and all of law enforcement who played a role in the investigation of this case. Last Wednesday, July 19th, we held a press conference and provided you with the facts of the Carlee Russell disappearance. We told you the investigation was ongoing. We helped you determine where Carlee was during the 49 hours of her disappearance. Today, I've talked to and received a statement from Mr. Emery Anthony, attorney for Carlee Russell. Mr. Anthony has scheduled a meeting for Carlee to meet with investigators early this afternoon, but then I received an email stating that a statement was being provided by him on her behalf.
So that means they scared or they're concerned, and that's why they're not talking. That's what. Ooh. Because they, at the last minute, canceled for her to talk. And soon it's not going to be any more, the power is going to be taken away and you're going to be made to speak. You're going to be held accountable once they get all their, like you can see that they're thorough and they doing their thing.
Mr. Anthony asked that I read the statement entirely, which I will do now. My client has given me permission to make the following statement on her behalf. There was no kidnapping on Thursday, July 13th, 2023. My client did not see a baby on the side of the road. My client did not leave the Hoover area when she was identified.
All right, so this here is one of those three, right? So didn't see the baby.
Identified as a missing person.
Wasn't missing.
My client did not have any help in this incident. This was a single act done by herself. My client was not with anyone or any hotel with anyone.
Which is more lies. So, did not have any help. That's more lies. We know she had help. Where were you at for 49 hours if you weren't in a hotel? JP6 says they don't care about Shanquella. That's why we continuing to unite and join together for justice for Shanquella. We got to care about her.
The time she was missing. My client apologizes for her actions to this community, the volunteers who were searching for her, to the Hoover Police Department and other agencies as well, as to her friends and family. We ask for your prayers for Carlee as she addresses her issues and attempt.
What issues? Because she was cleared by medical staff when they sent her to UAB on the night that she returned.
To move forward, understanding that she made a mistake in this matter. Carlee, again, asks for your forgiveness and prayers. We have a meeting scheduled with Mr. Anthony to further discuss this case. We're currently in discussions with the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office investigating about possible criminal charges related to this case, and we will announce those charges when and if they are filed.
Wow. He said criminal charges. Criminal charges. Experience said that it's at least 3. Committed 3 Class A's. Okay, so, all right. What's up, LaJessica? LaJessica saying hello to everybody. All right. So he's saying criminal. He said criminal charge. Y'all heard that? Criminal charges.
All right, with that, we'll take a few questions. As Officer Hale said, on call on you, please state your name and your affiliation. Yes, sir.
Keith, man.
He looks very confident. Look, he's standing up erect. Criminal charges here.
WAGG 610 100.1 FM Summit Media. Chief, do we at this time of the Hoover Police Department know the whereabouts of Carlee Russell during that 49-hour period that she was supposedly missing?
Now, as I said the other day, was talking facts and everything. If I said anything today, would just be speculation. Actual facts, we do not.
All right. Said math and science.
Or excuse me, what her motivation was for doing this?
I wish I could tell you. I think only Carlee knows, and maybe her attorney now. But again, the statement that we received from him does not indicate any.
WBRC, can you give us an idea of what charges you may be filing against?
All right.
No, that will strictly be up to the district attorney's office.
Oh, okay.
Data line CBS 42, can you update us so that there is a meeting scheduled for this afternoon with the family, or
No.
when is that meeting?
Yeah. No, not a meeting with the attorney, not the family or Carlee. We have a meeting scheduled with the attorney, and that will take place some point tomorrow.
And there is no meeting with Carlee Russell or her family at this point?
Not scheduled, no, sir.
Maria Chapman with Fox 6, what's next to close this investigation?
Well, again, we want to talk to Mr. Anthony tomorrow and see if he has any more to discuss about the case. We'll certainly be asking if we'll get an opportunity to again interview Carlee like we've wanted to since she returned.
Chief Stephen Quinn, ABC 3340.
Yes, sir.
Your reaction now, knowing that Carlee has admitted that this was made up.
Well, I'm glad that we got this. You know, we certainly laid the facts out to you guys and to the national media that had a lot of interest in this particular case. The sad thing is that again, there were so many people that were involved, took this thing very, very seriously.
Yeah.
And again, we wanted the focus to be bringing her home. She got home. We're very excited about that. It is what it is. The facts, I think, last Wednesday pretty much showed that we knew that it was.
He's like, we showed y'all last week. We already knew that it was a hoax. You know, we just didn't come right out and say it, but they laid it out pretty much just exactly what they said. This here is dry bologna sandwich.
Do you know the expense you went to during this search? And if you don't have a dollar figure for us, just how big it was for you guys?
Well, it was all hands on deck, and we don't have a dollar figure yet, but we're certainly working towards getting one, and not only ours, but there'll be other agencies.
They ringing up the bill. Let's see, FBI. So I guess those people that got the poison ivy need to throw their tab up in there too.
that had a lot of support that they gave us and had monetary expenses themselves.
Her bill.
Are the parents under any investigation?
You know, as I said the other day, we were going to try to determine exactly those 49 hours. So right now, you know, anything's on the table. We still don't know what happened in those 49 hours, where she was. Did she have any help? We have no idea. You know, I read the statement from Mr. Anthony. That's all we know.
Keith Mims, WAGG 610 Summit Media. Chief, let me ask you this. What do you think prompted or provoked Carlee to do this kind of thing? And are there any kind of mental issues that the police department or the public should be concerned about, or just what?
You know, not that I'm aware of. I mean, it's this is a very elaborate deal. I mean, when you talk about calling a 911 and being up on the interstate, again, it would all be conjecture. So really, I don't know. I was hoping that we'd have an opportunity to interview and we'd be able to ask her those questions.
Were any others involved in putting this story together for her?
Mr. Anthony, in his statement, says there was not.
Liviana Calmes, WBRC, Fox 6 News.
said that you had a meeting scheduled and it kind of switched into a statement. Did they give any type of reason that switched?
No, they did not.
Yeah.
Aaron Llewellyn, WBT 13. Was not in custody right now.
That is correct. That is correct.
Last question with David.
David Lamb, once again. So, first of all, when did you actually see this letter? And second of all, do these admissions and the content of the letter alter the investigation at all?
No, not at all. We'll continue to investigate. We're still trying to determine where she was during those 49 hours.
Wow.
But I am glad that we received this. It at least puts some of the social media super sleuths hopefully at rest for a little bit as far as the conjecture of what everybody thinks took place. We know that by her own admission, it didn't happen. And, we're thankful for that.
All right. Thank you guys very much.
All right, so that was that there. And we got some people saying some stuff here. Janet says at DP6, they don't have to care because it's always been the people organizing and demanding what they want to get what they want. Unfortunately, that's the way it's always been. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying, y'all. We still need to make sure that we're getting political and all that stuff too, because we see how the administration that's here is not really trying to do any of these things here. We got some greetings to the chat people, etc., etc., etc. All right, so we're gonna take a break now to do a highlight of one of our subscribers here, PM Channel, who has a channel that I didn't know of. I went there and saw some videos on the channel today, and I want to highlight it. It's a really quick one, and it's going to be our moment of the day where we're highlighting Shanquella, and then I've got some other victims too that we're going to throw up in there too. But for right now, this here is from PM Channel, who has made a lot of comments and do a lot of stuff over here on this channel, and I also see on other channels as well. So dropping this here. Thank you, PM Channel, for all of your work here. Here we go. This is PM Channel. Y'all have seen words of PM Channel. This here, Shanquella, U.S. and Mexico autopsy proof. Cause of death revealed. So let's check it out.
The Mecklenburg County Medical Examiner states Shanquella Robinson was assaulted and killed on the morning of October 29th, 2022 at approximately 7 to 7:30 a.m.
Okay, so they at least got the times right. Let's go back here again. 7 to 7:30 a.m., right? So at least they doing right with the time there, right?
7 to 7:30 a.m. The examiner's office says that further examination reveals that the brain was transected from the spinal cord just below the brainstem.
All right. Go back again. All right. So here, right? Here's the atlas, right? So if the brainstem is transected, right? Isn't this the same thing as the atlas luxation? Right? Same thing.
The brainstem. Spinal cord transection is a complete interruption of nerve roots in the spinal cord. It is caused by a significant traumatic injury and leads to permanent loss of central control of motor sensory functions, resulting in the loss of spinal cord integrity, and is the clinical equivalent to complete transection. In other words, internal decapitation of the brain from the neck.
Okay.
The examiner's office states that Shanquella went back to her room after the attack. This was medically impossible.
Thank you. So here we have the medical examiner with blatant contradictions, right? Because pull back here and they said that this is complete separation. So if we got separation up here, that means that There's no signals being transmitted below this, right? So it's impossible for anyone to get up and walk if the signal is severed here. If it's severed here, anything going down this here, these nerves like freeway. Look here, see there? So if this here signal, if the bridge is broke here, you can't get down this way, right? So that's how you can see this is fake, a bowl of lies here, because if this already happened, then there's no way that anybody can get up because you can't send the signals.
Transection. In other words, internal decapitation of the brain from the neck. The examiner's office states that Shanquella went back to her room after the attack.
And how would the examiner know that? How? This is how y'all could tell us lies. How would somebody know that? How? Was they over there? Did they witness it? How? How?
This was medically impossible.
Okay, thank you.
For Shanquella to get up and walk.
Look, y'all can see how far her head is hanging out, right? Look at that bow in the back. Look at you see the injuries. Look at these legs and feet flexed. You can see the injuries.
After this grave injury. The examiner's office also states that Shanquella suffered a subgaleal hemorrhage, which is bleeding between the skull and the scalp. Injury is a result of vicious blows to the head.
Vicious blows to the head.
So what does this all mean? It means that the U.S. autopsy and the Mexican autopsy list the same injury in different terms. U.S. autopsy states brain transection. Mexican autopsy states atlas luxation. All equates to damage to the neck and spine, resulting in the death of Shanquella Robinson, as shown in the video. The death certificate is the official document listing the cause of death for Shanquella Robinson as severe spinal cord injury and atlas luxation. Yet, Mecklenburg County Medical Examiner, Dr. Thomas Owens, states the cause of death is undetermined. They got it wrong.
Wow. Okay. I had thought, and somebody had left a comment, saying why, Shanquella didn't scream or make any noise, and saying that, this shows that she was she could have been under the influence. The reason why I say that is not accurate is because we see Shanquella standing up erect, right? Not looking drowsy or, drunk or any of that kind of stuff. Standing up erect. I'm suspecting that somebody else had said that they know that this Dejanay person took wrestling, right? I believe that if you see in the beginning, she attacked the neck. And I believe that she injured her larynx, which is the voice box. And that's why we didn't hear any noise, any screaming, because each move was strategic. Because I was thinking hear something. We didn't hear no nothing. No, nothing. I'm thinking she chopped down, did some type of injury to this larynx, which prohibited Shanquella from making any noise.
Quilla, can you at least fight back? At least something.
I should not fight back.
At least fight back, something.
Now, listen, that's vicious.
Get up, bro. Get up.
All right. Wow. All right, thank you, PM channel. That was very good. Very good. A very good video. I appreciate you for making that. So for those who have seen PM channel over here, please go over and subscribe to PM channel, who is standing for Justice4Shanquella Robinson. Appreciate that. And that's why we're going to keep it hot over here, because that was horrible. That was horrible that happened, that someone could do that and, get away with it. People are getting away with it. But Jessica says she better go to jail. Yeah, I agree. Some type of, because if the balloon parent people, they got jail time. And the one lady, and there's other people that go to jail for this is a real crime. She shouldn't be so privileged to where, we're just supposed to be like, accept her apology and move on. Right? Entitled little brat. Yes, you better go to jail. Experience says, he reminds me of the old Tommy Lee Jones movie. Which one? Janet Jenkins says, yeah. Janet Jenkins said, I would be shocked if she don't do any jail time. Yeah, me too. And I hope they don't try to play the whole race card and all that stuff, right? You wanted to get attention here, so we need to we need to give you the attention. We need to see somebody get held accountable for this. We need to see justice being served. Justice needs to be shown being served. Being served. Let's see here. All right, so throughout the day, let me just show this little thing with these balloon parents and stuff. We can see the similarities in the when they do this kind of stuff. Where's this at? All right, let me show. All right, so let me show this. Here is the balloon boy people, and show y'all how this is abuse, right? This is abuse. This is abuse. This is abuse. Even when people do these like liars and stuff like these habitual liars and stuff like that, that's abuse. Abuse. All right, so get back.
Come out? No. What did he mean? We did this for the show.
I have no idea. I think he was talking about the media has been asking him a lot of questions. So somebody had asked him that question earlier.
You want to ask him now? I don't know if he can.
Let me I messed it up. I had a point to this here, but this ain't the one. It's too much. It's too dark. You see, I agree with you. Yeah, she does definitely need some jail time. Janice says that's exactly right. The ME in North Carolina was trying to help the FBI in North Carolina so that they can say that it wasn't a case to charge anyone. But his autopsy is saying the same thing as Mexico. Yeah, and then that's what I'm saying. They're trying to confuse everybody. And then we knowing that the death certificate, and see, they couldn't tell the whole lie. They still had to list exactly what the death certificate said, but change up the words and then say they can't prove it. But the death certificate is the only official document that lists the cause of death. So all we have to do is just continue to demand justice and say, we got the death certificate. We got the death certificate, and the rest of the stuff is, it doesn't matter. LaJessica says, definitely need to set an example. I agree with you. That's what I'm saying. Some example need to be set. And like I said, these balloon parents and stuff, they got jail time. The balloon parents got jail time. Other people got jail time. Let's see here. All right, so this here is these people here. It says the five. Oh, let me let it go play.
Prefect is air traffic control for your data stack. It has never been easier to monitor, coordinate, and orchestrate robust data flows
Jessica
between
says,
and across your data
Justice4Shanquella.
applications.
Look, yeah,
Prefect
let me
is
see.
helping
Yeah,
you to
that's
observe
exactly what we're
everything
doing over
and
here.
orchestrate
Thank you
anything.
for Jessica says, don't forget to hit the like.
Happy engine.
The thing that gets me is the media never tells my side of the story. All right, so here we see how these liars will stick to the lie, right? We saw that with Shanquella, how whenever we say, okay, well, this autopsy said this, or we saw the video, they still come up with new lies. Remember when they were saying that we saw the burn marks from the CPR shocks, and then we showed that, if there is no heart rate, there's no way that the machine is going to shock you. It's only going to shock a shockable rhythm. You can't just plug it up and shock people. We disputed, or at least I did, disputed all of that hogwash stuff, right? But liars, these narcissists, will continue to stick to the lie. Like, they won't back down, even though the truth is like right there. And we see that they're trying to do that also too with this here lady. So, like I said, a lot of the things that people don't recognize is that there's a pattern. Like, there's a pattern to these people that do this stuff. And that's how it's easy to see through these things here. So, like I said, I just wanted to come and actually be live with y'all for a moment because been busy. Like the last time, people had questions about that the doctors, they didn't, since the Cabo Six didn't say that Shanquella was in a fight, that she couldn't, that they couldn't see the injuries on there. And for those of you who was on the live that I did, I'll just play that and then react to it. Okay, one moment, see what these likes is looking like. Can I get a couple of more likes, please, y'all? Hit the like button. All right, so we're gonna do this here thing about the injuries. So my mom, y'all know, recently fell down some stairs and broke her distal femur bone and patella, broke that knee too. And she said, I can show this picture. So let me show this picture of how quickly things swell and how you can see and tell a injured leg. Let me see here. So let me go on and I'm gonna share this here live when let me share this live when I was talking about it. Then she said I can use the picture, and I want to show y'all what an injured looks like. An injury looks like, how easy it is. And y'all, we just heard the video, and you heard those blows that Shanquella was receiving, and definitely heard the family talk about the swelling, the facial swelling, the eyes pretty much swollen shut. That was noted. And let's see where that, there we go. Let me send it to me, and we're gonna share so we can see what a deformity looks like. And y'all can see that, in healthcare, when we do our assessment, you can see injuries, right? Injuries are noted. We see it. We gonna count all little scratches, all little somethings go up there, and we can see this here knee, and see what these injuries look like, and to know that it's impossible that they would have come there and did any type of work Shanquella without noticing her head off of her neck, and all those injuries. It would have been noticeable. It would have been noticeable. It's impossible because when a traumatic injury happens, you can see there's going to be some swelling, especially injuries to your foundation. Like I said, she broke her leg and knee, broke the femur bone. All right, so here we go. Get ready. Look at that. Now, who can look at that and see that there is not an injury? Look at this. This is all swollen here, all big and swollen. Look at this little bitty leg there. You can see that this is injured. This was hours. I mean, not hours, but moments afterwards, after the injury. I think this was probably about it could have been hours, a couple hours after the injury. See there, swelling already noted there. You can see that there's a deformity here because the knee is over here. It's not properly, the foundation is broken. You could see that. Clear, right? So imagine what Shanquella's face must have looked like when we saw all of those impacts that she received. And two, if they're listing bleeding on the brain and all that stuff, how did that happen? We can match those up to the injuries too. So, even if we can look at their autopsy, we can accept that too, because the injuries listed on those are also fatal. So, so it's impossible for them to say that they can't declare a cause of death. You just declared it. You declared it with the brain transaction. That's the cause of death right there. So, yeah. Yeah. And I just want y'all to see what an injury looks like, right? So you can know that it was impossible that that nobody noticed it. Nobody was able to tell that there was an injury because, doctors actually need to be told what happened, before they can do anything. All right, so before I let y'all go, I want to highlight another victim. This here was a sad story that I just, and then Highly Favor had sent me something too, but I want to show this here sickness. That's why I'm saying that we definitely need to make sure that we stand together to support victims of all ages and all genders overcome here facing abuse. This is super sad. It's grandparents beat and kill 5-year-old for defecating on herself. Super sad story here.
Come on, close the time.
Oh.
Make a wish. Make a wish. Don't.
Let me go back. Sorry.
Come on, close the time. Make a wish. Make a wish. Don't tell nobody. Just make a wish. Make a wish and don't say nothing. Just throw it in them. You made a wish? Okay.
It says happy birthday.
It says happy birthday. So whose birthday was it?
It was mine.
And how old are you now?
5.
I kept noticing cars going by, didn't realize what was going on down there.
Dwayne Harris said he noticed police on a street Friday night, but had no idea his neighbors were accused of killing their 5-year-old granddaughter. Harris was devastated to hear the news and wished something could have been done.
Especially down the street, to see it, because I ride the bike down here often, but you never see it other than neighbors either mowing their grass or speaking, or they talking to another neighbor. Yeah. So you really didn't see that.
What in their own space
could a 5-year-old do?
Thank you.
Nothing, and so it pulls at the very thing that we stand for, because if we can't protect our babies,
yeah,
then God help us all.
so look here. This was July 14th. So while we were spending all this energy on Carlee's fake story, a real victim was being, taken up out of here, right? July 14th.
Just after 11 p.m. on July 14th, Park Forest police and paramedics were dispatched to a home on Osage Street in a suburban neighborhood roughly 45 minutes outside of Chicago for reports of an unresponsive child. A male.
Chicago is pretty, I guess they may be the murder capital of the world. I mean, this is super sad.
On the other end of the call stated the following: I was beating my little granddaughter, and now she is out of it. Upon arrival, they were also.
So the grandfather admits to beating his little granddaughter, and now she's out of it.
Find the nude body of an unresponsive young girl lying on a couch.
Nude body.
What allegedly unfolded over the weekend comes as a big shock. Just before 11 o'clock Friday night, Park Forest police say officers and paramedics responded to a home in the 300 block of Osage Street for a little girl who was unresponsive.
After about maybe 10 seconds of them being inside, the paramedics come rushing out with a little girl who appeared to be completely limp.
Next door neighbor Richard Williams says they often shouted at their Rottweilers, and many here on the block say they never saw a child staying there.
I've never seen a little girl myself. It's always been them two and other adults. Never knew they had a girl inside the house. And to me, that would be kind of dangerous with those Rottweilers.
The victim was identified as 5-year-old Jada Moore, who EMTs performed CPR on before she was airlifted to Comer Children's Hospital.
All right, now see that? They start the CPR, then immediately get you somewhere. So when they tell us that they did 3 hours of CPR on Shanquella, it's a bowl of dog poo. It's lies. That's not how this works. No one's in the field for hours. Nobody.
Where she was sadly succumbed to her injuries just 3 months after her 5th birthday. An autopsy conducted by the Cook County Medical Examiner's Office determined she suffered multiple injuries consistent with repeated physical abuse. In fact, it was quickly confirmed that Jada had been subjected to beatings for more than 2 months, leaving her with severe contusions, most commonly found in crash victims. Her small-framed body was covered from head to toe in bruises, abrasions, and scars in various stages of healing. She also had what is known as internal avulsion.
And that's a key word there, bruises and scars in various stages of healing. That's how we're trained in nursing school to identify victims of abuse. When you have multiple bruises in various stages of healing, that shows a pattern of abuse.
Or contusion, pockets in her back, buttocks, and legs. Avulsion pockets are commonly seen in car accident injuries due to the force required to cause such an injury. The avulsion pockets are indicative of a victim losing blood into the soft tissue and are more dangerous in children due to their overall lower volume of blood. Jada additionally had bleeding in the space between her brain and skull, pointing to a brain injury. An investigation into the case revealed that on the night of July 14th, Jada was whipped a dozen times with a belt by her grandfather, 62-year-old Clint Elwoods.
Ooh. Look at this. Look at this, a 5-year-old. And that's why I say over here we don't do moments of silence, because this kind of abuse, these grown-ups beating kids, you know what I mean? Like I said, I'm a Gen Xer, and, back in the day, there was no voice for these children getting beat like that because, people recognized like these are your kids and people were allowed to do that stuff and nobody stood up to protect the children.
For defecating on herself, with him ultimately confessing to being a little too rough during the fatal assault. When questioned by police, Elwood's wife, 57-year-old Lisa Jones, alleged that her granddaughter had a history of pooping on herself and that the last time she had a bathroom accident, Elwoods warned her that he would whip her with a belt if she were to soil herself again.
Look at that. So they feel like that was warranted. He warned her. Last time she did it, he warned her what was going to happen. When we saw the front part of the video, it looked like she was trying to hold herself then to, so something was going on there. Something was going on there. That's not how you train a child, is to beat him.
On the night of July 14th, he made good on that promise after striking Jada 10 to 12 times on her buttocks with a belt. She described Jada falling to the floor with each blow.
With each blow?
The last time she was struck, Jada never got back up. A search of the suspect's home.
So that means that's why the grandma has been arrested too. How did you sit by and watch a 5-year-old child be struck to the ground with blow after 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 blow, and you did nothing?
Turned up a pair of soiled children's underwear, a belt, a notarized letter from Jada's mom giving the grandparents custody for school and medical decisions, and a calendar with 4 dates marked in the month of June, allegedly indicating when Jada had previously defecated on herself. Both grandparents allegedly admitted to beating Jada on a regular basis with a belt, their bare hands, and a shoe.
Look at this witch. 2 of y'all. Sack of crap.
Beating started just a month into Jada's stay with her grandparents, who had taken her in back in early April, promising to give the 5-year-old a better home life after her mother, who lives in Atlanta, had fallen on hard times.
Tonight we're hearing from the mother of a 5-year-old girl who was beaten to death by her own grandfather.
Nate Rogers has been following this tragic story out of Park Forest. He joins us live with the latest. Nate?
Yeah, that's right, guys. Kimmy Elwoods, who currently lives in Georgia, tells me earlier this year she was going through a rough time and was looking for more permanent housing and a job. Her father visited Georgia and agreed to keep her 5-year-old daughter just for a couple of months.
Wow.
Just a couple of days ago, Kimmy says she received a call that she never thought she'd receive, that her father was accused of killing her daughter. Today, Kimmy is in Chicago and had to go to the medical examiner's office to identify her young daughter.
I'm all out of tears. I look at him as a monster. I don't even want to carry his last name no more.
Wow.
This is 62.
But because this happened, we was all in the, hype of Carlee Russell. Look at what she detracted energy from. Because this happened the day after Carlee's disappearance.
2-year-old Clint Elwoods and his wife, 57-year-old Lisa Jones, both charged with murdering their...
So I wonder if Lisa was the mother also, because the daughter, is talking about calling the dad a monster. So my guess is that this grandmother is not the maternal grandmother.
5-year-old granddaughter, Jada Moore. Last Friday, Elwoods called 911 asking for an ambulance after allegedly telling a dispatcher, quote, "I was beating my little granddaughter and now
beating my
she is
granddaughter."
out of it." When police arrived, young Jada was lying on the couch naked. She was eventually transported to Comer Children's Hospital, where she died. It happened inside the couple's home here along Osage Street in Park Forest. Court documents say detectives obtained a pair of children's shorts with underwear inside, both of which were soiled. Also, also a calendar on the refrigerator detailing dates last month when Jada allegedly soiled herself. The medical examiner noted bruises, abrasions, and scars throughout her body.
Wow.
Some of the scars consistent with a pattern of ongoing abuse.
Wow.
Jada also suffered bleeding on her brain. Her death was ruled a homicide by multiple injuries due to child abuse.
Every time I talked to my daughter was smiling and she was happy. She not nan time has she ever said, "Mama, I'm scared. Mama, come get me. He's hitting me. They're beating me." Nothing like that.
Prosecutors say a grandfather admitted to abusing his granddaughter for months, eventually killing the 5-year-old girl.
He was in court today alongside
Wow.
his wife. Both were denied bond. The little girl was found dead over the weekend in a home in South Suburban Park Forest.
Wow.
CBS 2 investigator Megan Hickey has the tragic update from court today.
Wow. All right. So, like I said, over here we speak out the names of these victims, all ages and all genders. See, Janice says, I'm not trying to open the can of worms, but that video of Shanquella in the hammock looks like the side of her neck that Dejanay kicked. Looks swollen. Let me see if we got the video of Shanquella in the hammock. Because I didn't notice any type of injuries on there. Janice says, what? Let's see, PM channel. Hey, PM channel, we played your video for Shanquella. Thank you so much for your contribution. It was a great video. We played it. See, PM channel says, good evening and all around us really, and says hello to everybody in the chat. Some more greetings. All that good stuff. Yeah, great job, PM channel. See, it was a good video. All right, see, Janice, PM says, thank you, Janet. All right, cool. So, you see, Janet, with these can of worms, let me see here. They need to be put under the jail. I agree with you. I agree with you. Shanquella in the hammock. Because I didn't notice any injuries with her in the hammock. She looked asleep, and I didn't see, like I said, I would have noticed some swelling. But now I'm looking to see if I can find. Where is that? Oh, there's me. Okay, never mind. I won't see that one there. All right, just going to spend a couple of seconds here. See if I can find one that got the, nope, the video of that on there. But because it's kind of late. So I'm just grateful because, like I said, we still keeping it high for Shanquella. Folks are still wanting that justice. We're able to see that. I like I told y'all, I'm gifted. I can see these kind of things, and we can get these little crimes and all this stuff solved from the beginning. I'm gonna play. Highly Favored has sent me a video too for another victim. So we're gonna highlight this one little victim, and then we'll say goodnight. And somebody else had some questions too. We'll put them all together, or you know what? I'm gonna drop the link here for PM channel, or anybody want to come up and say something. That's what we'll do. We ain't did that in a minute. And PM channel, since we didn't highlighted your video, if you want to come up and say anything, I got any questions about PM channel and his video. I mean, his or her video, because I don't know PM channel is. And so let me pin this here. And this here is for anybody to come up and want to say something about what, how they feeling about, I'm trying to pin it. What they trying to say about, it's in the chat right there. I just dropped it. Come on. These emojis in the space here. All right, so I just dropped that there. And let me put something so I can move this up so I can pin it. This thing is in my space here. Let me just do this here. drop a banner. All right. So anybody who would like to come up and share their, oh, I should put that there. Share their testimony. That'll be fine. We'll do that. Otherwise, I'm gonna share highly favored victim of the day, and this is an older person, a woman. But like I said, victims of all ages, all genders. Okay, so the link is pinned in the chat, and then we'll go here to highly favored victim. And see what. All right. All right, here we go. Share. This is a quickie, but like I said, highlighting victims. All right, so I hadn't seen it yet. So it says popular hairstylist killed in front of crowd as she walked to her something. But I'm pretty sure this is a ex-boyfriend or something. Oh. Oh. I don't know if this might have some copyright stuff on it. Okay, here we go.
The coroner's office has now identified her as 37-year-old Tempest Epps.
I could feel my friend. I could feel her.
Ronisha Horn has known Tempest since they were 14 years old. She came back to the scene of the crime to pay respects and feel the presence of her friend.
My baby was a loving person. She was a vibe. If you're down, she's gonna make your day better. Like her spirit was just everything. Right now, everybody is just stuck at a standstill, lost for words, lost a thought. We all lost. Once I seen her body and then they were turning it over, taking pictures and all of that, it's like, she's gone. She's gone. It's over.
Oh.
37-year-old Tempest Epps was a joyful, outgoing, talented, optimistic, and loving woman with an infectious personality to match. She loved being a mother to her 19-year-old daughter. Her family and friends meant the world to her, a true bright light for anyone she came across. Tempest also had a passion for braiding hair and making her clients feel confident and beautiful. As optimistic and loving as Tempest was, no one could have ever predicted that her light would dim so soon. Around 6:30 p.m. on July 16th, Cincinnati police quickly responded to a shot spot.
Another victim in the midst of Carlee's fakeness. You know what I mean? I wasn't even thinking that here we go again with another real victim, and we were spending all this attention and energy on little Miss Fakey here.
Spot alert in the 1900 block of Freeman Avenue on Cincinnati's West End. Upon arrival, they would locate an unresponsive adult female.
Jail time.
A woman in her 30s is dead after a drive-by shooting this evening on Freeman Avenue. Witnesses who live in the area tell us they heard multiple rounds of gunfire before taking cover. Officers were alerted to the scene after a shot spotter notification went off and calls came flooding in. When they arrived, they found a woman with multiple gunshot wounds. That's when officers, witnesses, and the fire department quickly ran to her and tried to save her life, but it was just too late. She died at the scene. The person responsible, police tell us, is still out there. Nobody is in custody at this hour. CPD is searching for a black Hyundai sedan.
I can tell you the officers were here within a minute. The officers were on scene rendering aid. We had other officers responding to the last known location.
Did you put up the drone?
The vehicle. We're doing everything in our effort to try to locate the shooter.
People have got to talk. It's the only way we're going to find perpetrators is people have to talk. They have to tell the police what they know. They can do it anonymously and they will be protected.
The victim was identified as 37-year-old Tempest Epps, who was sadly pronounced dead at the scene after succumbing to multiple gunshot wounds. An investigation into the case revealed that on the evening of the shooting, Tempest was just walking to her car to go to the store when someone opened fire. Police do not believe that she was the intended target and are searching for 4 men in their 20s who were last seen in a black Hyundai. In the meantime, Tempest's family and friends were left devastated, confused, and angry.
Oh, so she wasn't the intended target. Okay, I thought it was going to be a jealous boyfriend.
At the loss of their loved one, with many returning to the scene of the crime to show love and pay their respects. Tempest's death is the latest in a rash of drive-by shootings in Hamilton County over the past 2 weeks.
When police arrived Sunday night just past 6:30, they found Tempest lying in a pool of blood, having been hit multiple times by bullets. She was already gone.
A whole bunch of her life with me flashed before my eyes like, oh no, this can't be happening. I'm gonna wake up. I gotta wake up. This is not real.
Rosa Craig is angry and sad. She is Tempest's aunt, but says she was like a daughter to her.
That I lost a daughter, I lost a child. And no one should ever go through that. No one.
And she has a message for whomever took Tempest away from her.
God help you.
Yeah.
You and those like you. God help you. Because you must be stopped. All of the senseless killing must stop.
Rosa Craig, by the way, Tempest's aunt, is cousins with Demaya Barton Pickens, the 9-year-old girl who was another innocent victim of another drive-by. That was last week. She was laid to arrest.
So this was a drive-by, and we lose an innocent victim. JP6 says, I hope they find the person responsible and they put them in prison for life. Yeah, I agree with you. It seems like she was targeted. I don't know, it sounds like it was some random something on there. But, yeah. So, like I said, over here we're for victims of all ages and all genders and all that good stuff. So we are speaking out names. And so we have some new names out there to speak about. So there we go. So I just want to come out there because we're still keeping it hot for Shanquella and to show how a lot of these things too they may be putting out there to take away attention, from Shanquella for us to keep quiet on it and stuff. So I'm just excited that I can see that we are making them uncomfortable by refusing to just let this go, and keeping it hot. So thank y'all so much for stopping by and tune in tomorrow. We'll be continuing on our journey. And thanks for everybody who's been sending the content and to PM channel. Like I said, we highlight your video here, and I want to do more of those things. I didn't even know you had a channel, and you've got a nice channel too, and doing some good work over there. So y'all, please check out PM. Let me drop PM's channel in the chat so y'all can go sign up over there. Get you monetized. Get PM channel monetized. Here we go. Let me see. Let me copy this. This here is the link to PM's channel. I will send you yes, JP, you send me a lot of good stuff too. So I put the link down there for PM's channel, y'all. So let's show some support because PM has contributed and shown a lot of support over here, and we want to always, we want to unite because of strength in numbers and all that good stuff. So we'll probably get back on our political agendas too, so we can start really putting together some demands on what we need to see in the upcoming administration. Like I said, y'all, we strengthen numbers and We want to exercise our right to vote so we can make sure we got the right people in there that's going to be a voice and help us to get justice here. So since nobody came up and it's kind of slow, I'm going to bid y'all farewell and see you. Let's see here. CM Channel says, thank you, RN. I can't come up now, but maybe on the next one. Sure. I just wanted to make sure we put an opportunity out there for anytime I show a video of someone, if they are, want to come up and elaborate on it. So thank y'all so much. And go check out PM channels and like and subscribe to PM channel too. Thank y'all. Peace and love.